We are here, episode 10, Lucid Perspective Podcast. We back. It's another week.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Well, we welcome them back, or we welcome ourselves
Welcome back.
We're welcoming ourselves back.
Quick,
back. Our plugs. We're going to hear about this every time you tune in, so just get used to it and deal with it. Book, elusiveperspective.com. I mean, that's the website. No, the website is Elusive Perspective. The book is An Elusive Perspective. Amazon, Barnes & Nobles. Get a copy. Written by me. Been out for a couple months. It's a great read. So far, I got great reviews. If you've read it already, I appreciate you. Go ahead, go to Amazon and please leave a review. If you haven't, go ahead and get it. All the links and descriptions is in the description. So all the descriptions is in the links. And the links is in the
links in the descriptions.
All of the things. That's what I got going on.
Yes. Real Skin Lab. Learn about your face. How to take care of it. www.reoskinlab.com. That's reoskinlab.com. Also, you can book an appointment if you're local at reoskinlab.square.site. And also do virtual consultations as well.
Yeah, local to Hampton Roads, 757.
757.
And if virtual is worldwide, you Dubai, Canada, anywhere, right?
Well, it's currently in the U.S.
If you speak English. They can't be out of the country? Why you can't do
I guess so. I mean, yes. Any English speaking.
And Spanish. Just let me translate the Spanish word.
You don't know Spanish. Stop telling people you know Spanish.
Wow. That's going to get cut out.
It's going to get left in.
Anyway.
Because it's true. I wouldn't hate. If you spoke Spanish, why would I hate on that? I'd be like, yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's going to be cut out. So, yeah, those are the things. Those are the plugs. Lose Perspective, episode 10. We hear today's topic, or I guess topics.
Mm-hmm.
We got to talk about this the influence of social media on people, on couples, on everybody.
Relationships.
Yeah, and relationships.
And even if you're not in a relationship, your idea of a relationship, what a relationship should be.
Yes.
As well.
That's huge.
Yeah.
I can speak from the perspective of a man, of a married man. And I want to address some red pill stuff, because there's like a lot of red pill stuff that I feel is extremely toxic. There are bullet points and there are pros and cons of red pill stuff, but a lot of it is toxic. So that's what I'm going to cover, I guess, what I can speak on. Mm-hmm. And then from your perspective,
same.
We can talk about the women's side.
Yeah, and how it could be toxic thinking for us, and what we should be looking for in relationships, and then how it could skew your perception of your current relationship as well.
Yeah. So this could apply to single people. It could apply to people in relationships. It could apply to married couples.
Yes.
It could even apply to couples that have been married for decades, 50, 60, 70, whatever.
Sure.
That for whatever reason are getting on social media and also being influenced by what's happening up there.
Yeah. What would be better if next time we're going to do this and like maybe have some stuff prepared, like maybe something that we heard like from a specific source. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm full of stuff.
I
could break down all the topics.
Yeah.
I could.
Okay.
It's all in my head. So let's start with red pill. For those who don't know.
Yeah. What's the red pill again?
Red pill is like Kevin Samuels, the Andrew Tates, the Myron Gaines, Fresh and Fit, the whatever podcast. Mm-hmm. Those are considered the red pill category.
Okay, what's an example of a blue pill?
Blue. Well, as far as I don't. There's no blue pill for like relationships. Like red pill is like, it's supposed to be men who talk to women mostly and try to talk to women and tell women what men really want. Right?
Okay.
Now, the thing about the red pill stuff is a lot of the times these people are not wrong, right? They're speaking from a male perspective. They have experience. I do think most of them, not all of them, most of them speak from a hurt place. Specifically, Myron from Fresh and Fit.
Oh gosh.
Whenever he's on, whatever you're listening to, or whatever, he just sounds angry. He just sounds hurt. Like he must have been done dirty by so many women, and his perspective is just anger. The Whatever podcast, they're a little calm and cool, but they're a little bit on the same wavelength, like just talking down on women. Kevin Samuels, I respect the hell out of Kevin Samuels because I don't think
Rest in peace.
Yeah, I don't think he had the same energy as those other guys. But he was more direct. But he was saying real shit, and he said real shit to men. Like a lot of people try to paint him as a picture like he hated women or he hated black women. But if you listen to when he talked to dudes, he had the same energy for men.
Yeah.
So he's not what's depicted online. But the red pill stuff, I do think a lot of the red pill stuff, especially if you're in your 20s, you're a younger person, you're single, or you're thinking about getting with somebody, or you just consuming content on the internet and doing research on relationship. If you consume a lot of red pill stuff, I think you may have a warped perspective on what is really out there. So laying it out, if you listen to these guys, all women are cheaters. All women are gold diggers. They paint a very cynical picture of women that it affects people. It can affect you. It can make you feel like
you can't trust anybody.
Yeah, it's just if you buy into that and you just consuming that content all the time, and you don't have no life experience, you can have a really shitty worldview of women everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And it's because it's what you're watching. You're watching all the time. You're just scrolling. And these people are just dogging women out all the fucking time.
Right. So the moral of the story, I guess, is to, well, if you're living on social media and you're watching those things, they are preaching to you, and they're pretty much like teachers. If you look up to them, yeah, pretty much influencers. And now like you have that outlook on life, and that's what you're going to think. And in turn, if you think that, you're going to attract that. So then you're going to agree with them, and you're going to live in the life like, oh, and then always have those sorry stories because you're being influenced that way. And also when you're in relationships, watching like what a man is supposed to do or what a woman's supposed to do, the part that they're playing, like, oh, if they're not doing this, if they don't make this amount of money, or if she's not doing this and whatever, then, you know, they're not the right person for you. And then you start second guessing the relationship you're in or your partner. Like, hold on, he's not doing that for me. And it's like, you know, how did you feel about the person before you started watching the reels and the memes and everything about relationships? Like it can really be damaging and poisonous to you. Sometimes you really need to put all of that stuff down and like look at your relationship, take a vacation or something away from your phone so that you can really get into, I don't know, some type of, just remember why you're with the person that you're with or what you really want out of life.
What you saw, what you liked about them, what you saw in them.
Yeah.
You know, because again, this social media stuff, like I think it's an epidemic or pandemic. I don't know, whatever the difference of the word is. But so, and the reason this is a topic why we're talking about this is because it even affects us sometimes. You know, we're not going to get into our stuff, but there are times where I'm scrolling and I'm consuming things, and it's like it affects your mind, and then I'm bringing that into this house, or like it's affecting, you know.
Yeah, I've done it too.
Yeah, and it's almost like, bro, I'm gonna say it's almost like spell casting or brainwashing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
Like,
influence. Like having like friends that are jealous of you, or like you get too much wrong things in your ear, it starts to like warp your perception if you let it.
yeah. So I feel like we're like talking like we trying to help people.
Trying to teach. I don't know. I don't know why we do that. I think that's just natural, especially for me. Like I'm naturally the type of person to like learn stuff and try to like educate people on how to be better or evolve and stuff. So it's like it's just natural to me. I wish I was, I don't know, more of a gossiper maybe. Then it would be like we could be joking people about it. But like I'm really out here trying to like learn stuff and like make things better. So I just can't help that whole teacher vibe.
It is what it is. This is our platform. This is what we're choosing
It's
to
our
talk
lucid
about.
perspective.
Boom. And things like this need to be talked about. Even what we're saying. If you catch a clip of us or you watch this video, you might not agree with everything we say, but what we're trying to talk about is things that perhaps is not being talked about. Like, because again, it's easy to just scroll, consume content, and have your mind warped and changed. Like, there's people I know, like men that I know, that I watch and I see them regurgitate the same things that
Verbatim.
is being said online by people they don't know. Influencers, celebrities, whoever, and they say the same things. And I'm like, I know you, and I know you haven't experienced that, but you're just saying what everybody else online is saying. So it's like again, it's like that brainwashing thing. It's like, bro, you never been in that.
They're like headlines.
You never been in that situation. I know you. You know what I'm saying? You're saying what Myron says, or you're saying what this dude says, or you're saying what this. And I'm like, now your perception, your worldview has changed because of what you're consuming 24/7, and now you're applying that in the real world to your dating life or whoever you're dealing with, and it's affecting. I think there's a situation in the dating world now. We're not dating, we're married. You know what I'm saying? But I can't speak on being out there single and dating, but I feel like I get the information I know is what I'm seeing online. You know what I'm saying? So people out there are saying that the dating world right now is ass. Nobody trusts nobody. Everybody's out for themselves. Women have their things, men have their things, and there's this red pill content. There's this what's the lady? Sprinkle.
Oh yeah.
You got that type of stuff.
That's what I know her as.
I guess I don't know if that's red pill for women or if there's a name for that.
I think it. Yeah.
But there's those things. Sprinkle lady.
Yeah.
And there's women consuming that, and then going out there and taking those.
And just like being takers, pretty much teaching women to be takers. Like, you don't have to do nothing but get what you want from men. Right.
And it's toxic, and it's not fruitful, and it does put like a dark cloud over relationship building and marriages and looking for a mate.
Yeah.
And doing the things. I'd like to talk about, it kind of relates.
Okay.
Maybe it doesn't.
Shoot.
Maybe we can. I was gonna try to bring up like a Love Is Blind thing, but I don't think it's relatable. We can talk about Love Is Blind another time. But yeah, I lost my thought. But if you're watching this, I do got this.
You got this.
I'm doing great. If you're watching this, I guess it'll be easier to take questions, or if we were live, people could talk to us or ask us questions.
Yeah.
But turn off the social media sometimes, or like how you do. You have inspirational and business stuff on your.
That's all. Yeah. I even tested myself. I'm like, hold on. I really don't run into trash at all. Like,
not anymore.
Well, yeah, it's just an algorithm thing. It's like an assistant to let you see what you're interested in or what you show interest in. So as soon as you start liking things, the more things that you like and share, that's what's going to pop up most on your feed. Right? Mm-hmm. So that means that you have the power of controlling that to feed you with things that are actually beneficial for you. So start liking those things, start sharing those things to other people. And that's what's going to be available to you.
Yeah. I would suggest, and I think I heard this from somebody. Oh, you sent something to me, where if you're scrolling stuff and it's something that you do want to stop seeing, on Instagram, like on all the platforms they should have somewhere where you can click you're not interested or you don't want to see it no more, and you kind of train the algorithm to stop feeding you that
stuff. I think
stuff.
Facebook has that option.
Yeah, I would implore you guys to change your algorithms, especially if, again, I could talk to the men that if you're single looking for somebody, or even if you're a husband and you're just seeing a lot of videos on, women cheating or women gold diggers or whatever. There's this spirit of attack on the sexes. Like if you're a man, there's a lot of videos that can validate you in a sense to say, all women are cheaters or all women are gold diggers or whatever the case have you, and then warp your perception of your own partner, your own spouse in your house, the person that you know, that you love,
that you picked,
right? And you're getting this information from your fucking phone, and it's seeping into your psyche, and all you're doing is consuming it, and then you're applying that to your fucking person, and it's like, you don't know these people. All these people online, they're people with their own experiences and own opinions. A lot of them are just regurgitating shit. But every now and then there's probably somebody who has a real story, something that happened to them, and they're just putting it online. But for the most part, these red pill influencer guys, they're really toxic with it. And Andrew Tate, he's another one. Again, I fuck with Tate on certain levels. He does drop gems, but he is toxic towards women, and he can get into your head. He's a great salesman, but he can get into your head about how to look at women a certain way that I don't necessarily agree with. You know what I'm saying? And he's hella influential, right? And it's just you have to get the nuggets from these people that you want when they're talking about business or other things. But if there's something that they say that you don't agree with, or you don't resonate, or don't vibe with you
don't have to.
Don't take it in and then start applying it to your life, because then you're just going to end up being a carbon copy. So yeah, the Andrew Tate stuff, like, he's toxic as fuck. He's great with business. He's great on motivational stuff. He's great on inspirational stuff. He's great on working out things. His views on women, I agree with. It's like 50-50. Sometimes, he's hit or miss. You know what I'm saying? But don't take a lot of that stuff and then start applying it to people in your life. And because that's how you change your own relationship, not from anything that's happening in your relationship, it's just from shit that you're seeing online that you fucking starting to let yourself.
You was happy until you started scrolling.
Yeah, and I can, I'm not. We don't have to get into personal things about me, but like even it affects me too sometimes. Like I have to catch myself.
Yeah,
I'm watching a video and it's just like, then I start looking at her sideways. You know what I'm saying? And it's just
hold on, you supposed to be doing this.
Yeah, and you could talk about like the women stuff that you see, like what
no,
have you saw something and then you looking at me sideways like I'm not doing something.
It's the same exact thing, but for women and then men. But what your man is supposed to be doing, it's the same. It's all influence. Like even with media, like watching a movie and seeing like an actor in a script, do surprises somebody of the trip to Paris or something like that, and you're like, you ain't get me to Paris. Like you look at your partner and you're just like, why ain't you doing that for, and it's just love the person that you're with and grow together as a couple. And I mean, so those things are nice.
When somebody,
oh yes, it's normal. I think they have reels about it where you're watching a movie and you see like you got like you're even like they talk about like book boyfriends, the person in the book that you're like, oh, and they're like this romantic person and they did that, it could be like sexual or it could be just romantic gestures, and then you just look at your person like, you ain't doing that for me. And it's all like kind of like a selfish mentality, like what someone needs to be doing for you. So it's normal. Like, I'm sure like guys, the same thing. Like you ain't wear that outfit in the kitchen when you was cooking. Like, like, why don't you walk around the house naked with heels on? Like I mean, I get it.
Instead of feeling like that, you can respectfully ask or make a suggestion, but don't come for the person.
Yeah. Or
And
don't
say,
look
I
at
read
them.
this book. There was this book I read, and this person in there.
Or just silently wanting that and looking at your partner negatively just on the inside without even having the talk with them. I mean, that's also damaging.
Every relationship is different. There are dynamics. There are things, quirks, if you will. And if you found somebody and you're with somebody, you have to understand that no two people in the world, no couple in the world together is the same. Right? You know where I'm going with this? Kind of.
No, but I'm just agreeing with you.
Yeah. So what works for us, or the dynamics that we've built in our life,
it ain't gonna work for you.
Well, yes, that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
So the other thing that's crazy about the social media influencers is they paint pictures and they have these blanket solutions and they preach on it as if it applies everywhere across the world to every couple. And then a lot of people consume that and then try to apply shit to their relationship that won't work because it's not the dynamics that are present. And you have to be smart enough to, like, it might be nice. It could be toxic things. It could be nice things. But everybody's different. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to think of an example. We got the 50-50 shit, and then you got the man provider and the woman traditional stuff. But a lot of times, like, when these red pill guys are talking to women and saying, you're a woman, you need to do this, and I'm a man, I need to do this. That could work for couples out there. But it may not work for your individual situation. You don't have to try to change and mold because you saw it online or because it seems to be a common...
something that's working for somebody else.
Or something that you just keep hearing all the time.
Yeah.
Like, well, everybody online is saying this. Even Kevin Samuels, I agree with a lot of stuff he was saying. Yeah. I don't agree with how he said it. But even the stuff he was talking about he was crazy with it. Like dress size and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like he spoke from his perspective of a rich man, a high value man, and how high value man can perceive women. That's the single focal point that he was coming from. A rich guy with options. That was what he was talking about. And women will call into his show to say, why can't I get a high value man? And he would tell them about themselves, but he could only tell them about themselves from his focal point. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I say that to say, there's plenty of men that would be okay with dating or being with those women that called into his show, but they wanted people like, those women wanted men like him. And he was saying, men like me don't want you. I don't know what the point I was getting there.
I was like, okay, keep talking. You got this.
I do, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know,
true. Okay.
But he's one man out of 8 billion people. Yeah. So, as a man, you don't have to adopt any of what he's talking about. When you look at somebody, you don't say, "What's your dress size? What's your weight?" You don't have to say all those things.
Yeah.
You could even be a high value man. You don't have to do that. But if you're, and being high value man is subjective. We're not gonna get into definitions.
Yeah.
But you don't have to adopt Kevin Samuel's way of thinking if it doesn't work for you. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of women got upset about him when he used to say things like that.
Yeah.
But again, he was speaking from a point of truth. Where his perspective was.
That's crazy because when I started, first of all, like, I'm the type of person to research people. Like, I don't just like see little clips and see, I guess the negative things people say about anybody. I'll like go and research the person myself and like watch the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And I never got a negative perception of him. Because I knew what he was doing, and he was speaking to a very, a narrow group of people.
He was speaking on behalf of a narrow group of people.
On behalf of a narrow group of people. And I think that also men as well kind of cherry-picked what he was saying and tried to make it like they were that guy and that they need women, and then coming off as pricks at the same time,
That part.
it's a little more than being tall and having money. Like there's a whole
Yes.
mentality behind it. There's a respect
Yes.
behind it. There's other men respecting you about it. Like the whole high value thing, like taking, and then also like women as well. Like it's not just because you're pretty and skinny and don't have any kids. Like that there's more, there's something on the inside as well that you have to embody, you know, for both sets, like for that to be real. So it's like, you know, we're taking things on a superficial level and we're trying to live life that way, and it's fake, and you're not going to get what you want, and you're not going to be happy.
No. Yeah. No, that's a bar. Because
Yeah.
you're getting your downloads from social media influencers, and they're telling you what you're supposed to want or what you're supposed to look for or who you're supposed to be, and that's not you. That's if it's not you. That's not you. You know, well, not most people hopefully know who they are. Some people don't. Discover yourself. But for those of you who know who you are, if these people online ain't resonating with you, you ain't gotta adopt nothing they fucking talking about. You don't gotta listen to us. Anything we just saying, we don't know shit. I think we know shit, but you don't have to listen to nothing we saying either. You could be like,
Really?
fuck what y'all talking about. I fuck with Kevin Samuels. I fuck with Andrew Tate. I fuck with
I'm
Myron.
get me 6 figures.
I'm a high value man, and I want a 25-year-old size 2. Is that a good size? I don't know what size is.
I don't know.
Size 1, 130 pound. Whatever.
You go ahead and do that.
That's fine.
Promise you, like there is a part that's missing inside of all of that, and you're gonna realize it because you're gonna go and find these people, and they're not gonna have the staying power, and they're not gonna be a genuine person because you're looking on the surface. You're like, you know, you're trying to like, it's almost like shopping for clothes. Like you have to. There's a quality that you have to look for as well. I mean, yeah, that could like reel you in. You can be attracted to the physical parts of a person, but you really have to get to know people to love them. And then what's funny about getting to know people and loving them is that a lot of times when you end up falling in love with someone who has none of that,
your type.
or just it's about being a good person. Really, it's corny.
The more connection.
And you're going to realize it because like that's why you think all men suck or all women suck, because you're going for surface level things.
Yeah. I feel like we're preaching too much.
Again! It's like, can we just be funny?
Yeah, like, we are funny for real.
I mean, it depends on what we're talking about. Or I have to... It depends on the subject matter.
Yeah, no, this is serious. We're trying
to
help the world out there. We're trying to bring people together and find love.
Yeah.
We still got the dating show that we didn't. Well, it was a concept.
They can fit right here, right in the middle.
Let's do a dating show. Come on, Lose Perspective. And what was that old show from back in the day, where people used to get in front of a camera?
Way back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh,
Love Connection.
Wow.
You want to do an LP Love Connection?
My stepfather was on Love Connection.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Wait. When?
Don't ask questions.
Okay.
No, joking. No. Prior to.
Okay.
Prior to.
So when he was not your stepfather. Is that how you found your mom?
No.
You sure?
Positive.
Okay.
It was hilarious.
Was your mom on there?
No.
Can we find a video and plug it in?
My God, no. I don't even think it can be found.
We can find it. Just give me his name. I'll find it.
But yeah, Love Connection. Similar.
Yeah, we can do something.
Like almost like Pop Balloon with no balloons. Maybe like, I mean, there's a whole bunch of shows that are like that.
I'm glad you brought that up.
You're welcome.
That Pop the Balloon shit is so toxic. It is very funny. And it's entertaining.
I think it's traumatizing.
Yes.
I don't think it's a bad idea. I mean, I think that it's entertaining and it could cause PTSD.
I think it's not being done respectfully. Okay, for the funnies,
it's the people that's up there.
For the comedy and for the funnies and for the shock value, you get the ratchet people and they talk shit about each other to your face. It's entertaining. You get that. But if you wanted to do it a respectful way, right? Maybe you get a certain caliber of people that know how to critique or be honest and like do it in a respectful way, right? It could actually, I think it could be a good thing. It could be a real way
like
for
really
people
connecting
to find,
people.
Yes, not get up there and be like, I don't like your shoes. I don't like the color of your socks. Like they get up there and they say the most ridiculous thing for shock value. It works for views. It works for money.
Exactly.
And all that.
It's feeding that narrative of
that everybody out there is trash, but it's not being done right for the purpose of finding somebody. You know
no, it's entertaining.
We had a friend that went up there.
Yeah.
She wasn't really. I mean, it wasn't like bad or anything.
No. It was good. I mean, that was the first time I was actually interested in watching it.
It was one of the better ones. But like, there's a lot of them that's just like, I don't like your pants. Your pants are too tight, or whatever the case. It'd be the dumbest shit. They up there. They tell you their name, what they do, and all this, and then you pick apart their clothes as if it's glued onto their body, and that's I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah.
We should do some type of pop the balloon, but try to make it classy, respectful, maybe classy people. You know what I'm saying? Like there could be rules, like no insults. You know what I'm saying? No addressing superficial things. Like if you pop your balloon,
we should just make up our own a whole new way of like making healthy connections.
Yeah, for the right reasons. Maybe it could be some type of application. I don't know. We're probably thinking too much into it.
Or maybe like our own like Love is Blind type of thing. Speaking of Love is Blind, like I think I've seen one where like you're behind a wall and you're listening, you're answering questions, and people are learning who you are like mentally first, maybe. And then you reveal like what they look like. It narrow it down, and then you go from there. But then you know that that's the person that was talking to you. Like, okay, no, I have an attachment to this person because of mentally or psychologically, and how they look. Like, not necessarily the person I would go for, but I have a respect for them first.
Yeah, that could work.
Is it corny?
It might be. I have issues with Love is Blind. Since you brought it up, I guess we can get into it.
Yeah.
I have issues with Love is Blind. They just had season 8. Today, I can't speak on the early seasons. The first few seasons were probably real people looking for marriage. It was brand new. Nobody really knew what the show was about. It wasn't on Netflix for years and years. The people that got up there didn't know what they were getting into. Today, like the past few seasons, like everybody knows what Love is Blind is. If you apply for it and you get on there, you know what to expect. You're gonna date 30 motherfuckers. You're not gonna see nobody till you propose to somebody. You're gonna go on a lavish vacation. After the vacation, you're gonna fucking live with them for 2 weeks, and then at the end of that,
you know how it's gonna go down.
People are using it now. I honestly feel like people are using it now to build up their audience, to build up the social media pages. They get up there knowing they're not gonna marry nobody. But if you don't propose or get proposed to, you're not gonna be on the rest of the show.
Like, all right, I gotta pick somebody.
You got
write it out. Say no at the altar.
And then I feel like that's what it's turned into. You know what I'm saying? Season 8 was trash.
Yeah, how many people said yes? Was it?
I don't know. It was like 1 or 2.
I don't think it was the best episode.
And what is turned in the reunions? What the reunions are turned into is, people coming to the reunion and dogging each other out because of whatever. Like a lot of the things they talk about were not even serious. Like, why are you coming to the show with?
And it's like a year later.
Yeah, it's a year later.
You're still passionate about that. Like you don't even honestly, technically, you don't even know the person.
You know.
So why are you so mad about it?
You were together for 4, 5, 6 weeks.
Yeah, especially the women that I see. I don't see a lot of men. I'm
glad you said it first.
Okay, because the men I seem to be like, okay, I'm sorry, I hold accountability. They're saying all the terminology, and the women like, yeah, right. And I spoke to them, and I got screenshots of blah blah blah, and like nothing is really holding that much weight, like trash. On a serious level. Like it's very, I don't know, like you're
trash
reaching.
It was,
and you honestly you haven't even know the person that long. Like, so what? Move on.
I think they need to do something where they change the format or the formula. Maybe the whole concept of dating without seeing the person, I get that, I understand that. Yeah. But they gotta change something to maybe better vet people or find people that won't abuse the system to build up themselves online or to get on TV or get famous. Because I feel like that's what's happening now. Like, it's just people. I'm on Love Is Blind. I gotta pick somebody so I could be on TV. And I don't know. I don't know their vetting process, the application process, but I don't see the show lasting much longer after this season and what it's turned into. I don't see the show lasting much longer.
Yeah, this last one wasn't.
Maybe
it was hard to watch through.
No, it was maybe, and I don't know. I don't know if this means anything or is a factor, but maybe they shouldn't try to pick attractive people. Like, they're generally attractive, right? They're not putting ugly people on the TV.
Yeah. I mean, that's good for the dating scene. Like, okay, I'm not gonna, find someone that's like totally busted.
Right? They
might be short or a little thick.
They're getting 7s and up, really. Fives. That's low. I mean, none of the women. That means I don't know. They tried. You could tell they tried to pick.
Yeah, that's respect.
People.
That's respectable.
Right.
You don't want somebody open the sliding doors and be like, "Yo, okay," and you turn back around. I mean, that'll be funny, but
I think there should be a season, or they should change. Like, they mix in attractive people with non-attractive people.
See if love is really blind.
Not only to see if love is really blind, but what if two non-attractive people link up and there's a real connection? Like, I don't know. I just feel like when you focus on picking pretty people.
But I mean, but looks are also subjective as well.
So yeah, Love Is Blind has fallen.
Blind.
Tell us how you really feel. Yeah, so that's just like our rant on Love Is Blind. I think the show is trash now. We joke about it.
Come back.
We joke about it.
We watched it. We watched it since the beginning, and I'd really appreciate the next episode to be much better.
Or next season.
I
know they gotta switch something up. Because again, predictable. You could tell who's gonna propose. Like this, you could tell who's gonna propose. You could tell who's gonna get married, who's not gonna get married. You could kind of tell who's up there to just be on TV, and that's getting old. And then you could tell when the women come back to the reunion, they start dogging the men out, and the men are like, "What are you talking about?" And the women just have to have something to say about something they did. Like Virginia, I'm gonna put Virginia with the check. Virginia was the
the prenup.
No, not the prenup. Well, the prenup, but she's crying about a check that he got. He got a check, and like, what? You went on TV to talk about a check that he got?
Not saying that that it wasn't a serious thing or something that. I don't know, just calling people out on TV.
Silly stuff. It was all just silly. And
like, y'all could have dealt with that.
And outside. I get that Netflix edits shows and they show us certain things and we don't get all the things. But when they came and then she was just very, very disdainful towards him, and it's like, what? We didn't see none of that on the show.
Oh, like her personality. She came. She was very like kind of soft and feminine. And then she came like
on the reunion. She was
her
like
hair just
hated him and like he was this horrible person. I'm like, we didn't see none of that shit. So what are you talking about?
Then again, editing. We don't know who people really are anyway.
Facts. I don't know how we got talking about Love Is Blind, but social media is blind.
Relationships and like having a dating game.
Yeah, we gotta do something. We gotta figure that out. If you got ideas for us,
I don't know. Should we do it? I don't know.
We should. If you got ideas for us, let us know. We'd love to have a person here. Like, shoot your shot
right here
to the internet and whatever. It's whatever. But yeah, turn the social media shit off. Not every woman is a gold digger or a hypergamous lowlife or whatever the words are that they say.
Hypergamous.
Hypergamy.
We need Google up in here.
Oh yeah, we got.
Hypergamy.
And not every man is what's the bad thing to say about men? Not every man is the bad things that they say about men. Right, we just trying to even the playing field.
Yeah.
For the perceptions out there, because it's so crazy that it even affects us. Like, I get tired of social media, and I'm up there trying to build accounts and do things and make money, and I'm just like, I'm seeing these things and I'm just
bombarded.
I'm tired.
Not anymore. And also, like, when I see it now, I'm just like, I don't even watch the whole video, even if I don't like, you don't agree with it, just.
And I could tell, like, back in the day, I could tell when you were affected, because I could tell your energy towards me changed. And I kind of knew what it was, because you were you were on the phone a lot.
Yeah.
Like it was
I
it was an
was.
epidemic, and then your energy towards me changed. And I didn't necessarily know what you was looking at or
Yeah.
what you was watching,
Yeah.
but the energy changed,
Everything.
and I felt it, and it was a problem. And I don't know if you felt that about me. Like I don't know if I came to you with issues or things that I was seeing online.
Maybe like I don't I can't even think about it.
Okay.
Yeah, my focus is on today.
All right, we're talking about today, folks.
My focus
We ain't
is
talking
on
about
today.
We ain't talking about traumatic past.
But maybe like I would have to honestly like think about it. If that was a topic, I would have to like think about it. But right now it's like nothing's coming into the top of my brain because I'm not about that anymore.
Because I don't do that stuff. Nah, I've done it a little bit maybe. I've looked at you sideways for stuff I've seen online.
I'm sure. Everyone does. Like no one is safe from influence. But you choose what influences you. Here I go again. Come on.
It's all right. This is Lucid Perspective. This is what we are doing. This is what the show's about. Kinda. This is our platform. We talking relationships, marriages, love and light. We can do spiritual stuff too. I would love to do a spiritual show.
Yeah.
Talk about law of attraction. Talk about
Mm-hmm.
all those things. We can do that. It's
yeah,
all
I mean,
over
we
the channel
can
already.
only. That's funny because we can only talk about things that we're thinking about. So like, it's hard for us to be somebody we're not, or to come up with topics that we don't talk about. Like these are things that we're actively talking about and thinking about every day. So this is our lifestyle, really.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna put it out there because we're not a perfect couple. You know, we got flaws.
Yeah, challenges. We're different people.
We're not trying to put ourselves out there as gurus of love.
Who said that? You can tell. Yeah, I'm sure you could tell.
We gurus of love?
No, not gurus of love. Like you could, everyone knows not every couple is perfect.
No, some people
display themselves as perfect.
I hope that we don't I don't feel like we come across as that. We got flaws. We got things we're working on. But, you know, people out there, probably more so people that we know, will be like, what are they talking about? They're not in no position, whatever. What we're saying is a perspective. It's an opinion.
Yeah. And stuff that we're trying to work on ourselves.
Yeah. Like again, we're not putting ourselves on a pedestal as love gurus. You know, I guess there are love gurus out there.
The way you say guru,
market themselves as gurus.
Guru.
I want to look up some love gurus, because there are some out there that they get paid millions of dollars to do speaking events, whatever.
Yeah.
Half those people, for all you know, their life is shambles behind the scenes, or their relationships. You never know.
We're human.
We are human, and
we have our challenges, and
we do.
We got to get through them.
Yeah. So that's episode 10.
Episode 10.
Hopefully you got some nuggets out of that. I feel good. I feel like I was on like a preacher's box.
I can't help it.
It's fine. It's nothing to be ashamed about. We was on the preacher box. Before we head out, boom, An Elusive Perspective. Get the book, Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, or go to elusiveperspective.com. It's here. Order your copy. Order 10 copies. I'll sign them all if you order them for me, and share them, give them to your friends.
Real Skin Lab, www.realskinlab.com. That is reoskinlab.com. If you'd like to book an appointment with me, you can go to reoskinlab.square.site. If you're not in the area, you can get virtual consultations. And I believe that it's towards the bottom. I do it by the hour. You can, through that, you can text me through that website as well if you have any questions.
Nope. And what do you do there? What's Real Skin? Did you say what it was?
In the beginning.
Oh, okay. Yeah, skin.
I'm a facialist.
Is an esthetician? Okay. What is do you know the root word of that? Like, can you
aesthetics.
break it down? What's that? Aesthetics.
I mean, well, I know it because I'm in the field, but like the actual like definition, it's pretty much beautification.
Aesthetics. That's what aesthetics means.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's such a, that's why I'm trying to adopt the word facialist, because it's such a wide, I know, but it's a thing.
It's a real word?
It's a real word.
It would be.
And I would be a facialist. But no, aesthetics, like, you know, when you go to school, like you can, I think I said this before, like you can do lashes, you can be a makeup artist, you can wax, and then you could, you know, work on faces, you can do it medically, but it's pretty much just beautification of a skin.
Yeah, so if you're in the Hampton Roads area, come through, and if you're not, do virtual, and if you're not, come to the area and book through and come through.
Summertime, the beach.
Oh yeah, and then we check out.
Come get a facial.
We're gonna
vacation.
have advertisements, videos. You're gonna do tutorials, and you can do more.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we're just getting the ball rolling with this publicly. So the website's gonna be updated frequently. More videos, tutorials are all coming soon.
Boom, and check out my other podcast, figuringshitout.com. Or you could search on YouTube, Figure Shit Out, and Figuring Conspiracy Shit Out. Both of those are on Rumble and YouTube and Twitter and Instagram and all the things. Do I have anything else? I probably got a bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah. Also, were you about to say something?
No, I don't know.
I put it on my IG story today. I'm like, this is not just for female. Men can get facials, and I've had men come get facials for the first time. You don't like the word facial?
It's fine.
It's what it is.
Men can get facials. Women can get facials too.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Facials are a bisexual thing. Both sexes can get facials.
I'm trying to promote, and you're making it another thing.
No, I'm sorry.
But yes, guys, you can take care of your skin too. You can come in and have and treat yourself and feel good as well, and learn more about, you know, keeping your skin, because I've seen a lot of guys, they have, you know, clogged pores or dryness or like ingrown hairs and stuff like that, or just things that you just feel like you have to live with, and you don't. And you can come and, you know, get the skin that you want.
Get your facials going. Come get your facial.
Yeah, and what I've also discovered was, I was about to say before you started talking about facials, is that, you know, men come and get it for the first time. Usually a girlfriend or a wife will be like, you need to get a facial, and they go in like, you know, I don't know, never had a facial before, and then they end up like loving it, and like, why haven't I done this before?
I never had a pedicure.
What? Oh, a pedicure.
Yeah, what did you thought I said?
I don't know.
It's a manicure.
A pedicure.
Manicure is fingers and pedicure is feet.
Correct.
I never had a pedicure.
Let's go, baby.
I don't know what that feels like.
Let's go, baby.
I don't need a manicure.
We about to find out.
I've had facials. You gave me facials before.
Yes, I have given you facials.
I've gotten many facials.
Many.
On that note, episode 10.
Episode 10. See you
next week.
Like,
share, subscribe, all the things. We appreciate you guys, and we out.
Bye.